Right, hello everyone. We are here in our lovely studio on a Friday evening, and we thought we would tell you a bit about what we're doing with workshops this year. I know a lot of people have been asking, and it's taken us a little bit of time to get everything in place, but we are good to go now. So, yeah, and then we'll give you a Black Friday offer deal as well at the end of it. So what we really wanted to talk about was we've got 3 people this year doing workshops for us. Mm-hmm. 3 of them are working on the Thursday, and we're running one as a 2-day workshop, which will run on the Thursday and the Friday. So it's the 4th and the 5th of June, I believe.
It is.
Uh-huh. So we have got, of course, Matteo. You know, it's become a tradition really to have the lovely Matteo with us. So he will be doing a 2-day, but what we've really felt, although his workshops have been amazing the last couple of years, what we've really felt is we've never really had enough time to get the whole thing as a cohesive piece. So this year we're going to run the same sort of workshop, but over 2 days. So the first day will be designing your piece on, you know, on a
Plastisone.
Plastisone, but doing the body design on a template, and then putting together your props, designing your props, you know, with that Plastisone, that style that he uses, making the props, carving them, painting them, and getting everything ready. And then on day 2, we will get models in for you, or bring your own, or we'll work that out when we get to it. But basically day 2, which will be the Friday, is when you will then apply your props and paint your design. So the whole idea is that this time we actually end up with a full body paint, which we've just never been able to quite squeeze into one day with the designing it and the prop making. Now, obviously, if you've done one of his courses with us before, and you've done the prop making and you've got your pieces, and you just want to come and do the second day for the application, that's fine with us. And likewise, to be honest, you know, if you just want to come and do prop making, if you want to come and learn how he designs and how he makes his props, and you're really not that bothered about staying for the second day and actually applying it, you'd rather do that at home on your own model, that's fine as well, as long as we can make the numbers work, sort of, you know.
Priority will go to people who are doing the 2 days, but other than that, we'll work it out.
Yeah, but talk to us, you know, especially if you've done the class before. I don't expect everyone to want to do the whole 2 days. So that's fine. We are going to price it as the 2 individual days, and so it's £125 per day. But I would really recommend, if you can do the 2 days, do it, because, you know,
you do the process right from the beginning right to the end then, so you get to, you know,
yeah,
get the most
I think you'll get the
working
most
with him.
out of it. Yeah. And I was talking to someone the other day about the Matteo class, and she was like, "Oh, but that's just monsters, isn't it?" And I'm like, I get that that's Matteo's sort of personal style. That's what he tends to go for, that's the way his designs. But what you find when you work with him is actually you can apply his methods to any style. You could do a flower. You know, I think the first time I did a class with him, I did just a big orchid and made the props to fit around the face as big petals and painted that. You know, so. No, that's the reason we love him. It's not just monsters. It can be applied to pretty much anything.
He's teaching you technique. He's not teaching you
Exactly.
a particular design. So, yeah, it's up to you how you interpret it.
Yeah. And the whole idea being that you will then be able to go away, as a couple of people did this year, and all of a sudden I saw these props turning up on their stuff, you know, which is exactly the whole idea. That's why you're coming doing the course, so you can then go away and take those skills and use them going forward in your own pieces, whatever you want to do. Yeah. So that's workshop number 1. Workshop number 2 is going to be the lovely Angela Young's. People ask us year in, year out for headdress workshops, and I've been pestering Angela on the side, but she's finally agreed that she'll do one for us. What I wanted to say about that one really is, I mean, she's going to give me a full class description. This is not about sticking flowers on a headband. This is the thing that we love about Angela, is her creativity and the way her own personal madness, but also the way she's so inventive with the products she uses, and, you know,
just the reuse of different materials, and
exactly.
just the way in which she can visualize how to create the shapes out of things that pretty much you've got at home sometimes. She's just, I love her creativity.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
The first class I did with her, I was the model, and she literally gaffer taped a carrier bag around my head as the base for the headdress. So I fully expect a lot of people to be running around the field covered in gaffer tape and plastic bags, and they'll probably all light up and do something elaborate. We have got another lady coming to do a 90-minute workshop as part of the whole festival, and she makes the most gorgeous, my favourite headdresses, these gorgeous, elaborate, flowery. They are beautiful, and you'll be able to do that as part of the festival weekend. But I think we're going to ask Angela to do something that's specifically Angela, and we'll stick the flowery headband thing for Lisa's workshop. So that's Angela, and there will be more details on her class coming when she's written for me. But you all know Angela, you all know her stuff, and I fully anticipate there'll be a bit of a rush to sign up for that one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, the third one we're doing, this is a bit different this time, and it's why I wanted to have a bit of a chat with you. As we've been off on our adventures around Europe, we met this chap a few times called Tobias Spranger is what it reads as, but we call him Toby. And he's the World Body Painting Festival. He's like their main photographer. And he's just lovely. We just really like him. Yeah. He's a real sweetheart. He's just got such a positivity. I'm going to upload onto our YouTube channel a little interview I did with him while we were out in Tenerife a few weeks ago. And his whole, I suppose what I love about him is he's got a real thing about body art. He loves body art, and he's got a whole theory about the energy spiral, about how it all works between artists, models and photographers. Personally, I just really like his outlook and his enthusiasm and his love for what we do. Yeah. Also, he's quite easy on the eye, which is always a plus. Just saying. We come field full of middle-aged women, you might as well make the most of it.
He's a genuinely lovely guy.
Yeah, ignore that bit. But anyway, so I was chatting to him about what we would do as a photography workshop, and I know we tried to do this as a short thing one time with Tony, but I wanted to go into it in more depth. So the start of the workshop is going to be about mobile phone photography, how you can get the best out of your photos on the job. Apparently there are various things that you can buy on Amazon for sort of 20-30 quid that will take your iPhone photography, and when I say iPhone I mean mobile phones, we're not just talking about Apple products. So that apparently there are several products and little tricks you can teach us that, and of course a helicopter's going over as I'm trying to film this.
Even though we've brought the microphone, so it shouldn't.
Hopefully you won't hear it too much. But anyway, the beginning of the workshop is going to be about making the most of your mobile phone photography. We all do it. We take photos on the job, and you get home, and if you're lucky, the kid is looking at the camera and smiling, and even then you've managed to get a light behind it, or you forgot to wipe the lens, or it happens to me all the time. Maybe 1 in 20 of the photos I take on the job I actually think, I'm happy with that, and I want to put that on my social media. So the start is going to be about, and just general photography tips, just the basics that will work for everything. And then the one thing that he does as part of his workshops for WBF is about making body art getting, we all want to get a good photo of our work, front, side, back, all of that sort of stuff. But what I love about Toby is he always has an image in his head, and he's very good about using the surroundings and the light that he's got and making something specifically for that model and that design. And he will have an idea in his head, and he, and like when we were last at the Worlds, and he did some photos for us, and you've got banks of photographers in a black backdrop, and they're all basically taking the same photo. I love them, they're great, but they're all taking pretty much the same photo. And Toby immediately grabbed my model and took her up to the wall where the backdrop was, and was like, I want you to press against the wall and look at me. And then he went to the side and was taking photos from the side, so you've got looking straight down. It's just different. It's interesting, it's eye-catching, and again, going back to something that another one of our favourites, what's his name, Felipe Ayoko, who does a lot of work in the landscape. He does a lot of camouflage landscape body art. And one thing he was saying is that He taught himself to take the photos. I love the team side of working with artist, model, photographer, you know, hairdresser. I'll have everyone, you know, if assistant, the lot, I'll have everyone if I can. But there's definitely something to be said. If you've got a project in your mind that you want to do, especially if it means having to get people somewhere, and, you know, if you can take the photo yourself, you're immediately, you know, making it easier on yourself. It's great to have a photographer, but if they cancel or they can't make it or something happens, you're not losing that whole day. But also from a copyright point of view, you will own those images. And especially if you're doing your stuff at home, you know, if you've gone to all the effort of painting and, you know, getting your model over and making your props from your Matteo workshop, you want to get some really cool photos. And it's really, I feel like, something that we can all learn a bit about is just how to use what we've got around us to get those good photos. So it'll be a bit of an introduction. Again, I'm sure I'm not the only one that's bought a nice camera and it's sitting in the back of the cupboard because I never quite get round to teaching myself how to use it.
So we just use it on automatic all the time and never take it onto manual. So yeah, that's mine.
So it'll be that sort of basic introduction to something a bit more grown up photography wise, and then learning how to frame and make those photos, do something creative with the photography as well as the artwork. I'm genuinely excited about this. I'm really looking forward to seeing what he's got to show us. So I really hope that, you know, a few of you will sign up for that one, because I feel like it's got a lot to give, and if it works well and it's popular, then obviously we'll bring him back the next year as well.
So, and I think part of the plan is that we start it maybe a little bit later than the other workshops on that day, so that we have models available towards the end after he's gone through all the theory for you guys to actually spend a little bit of time with him and the models, doing more sort of exploratory, sort of going out and actually taking your own photographs with some of the body painting models, maybe from Matteo's.
Well, they'll be the next day, won't they? But we'll have Angela's models.
Yeah, and whoever.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know,
we'll find you a couple.
We'll find you. We'll get some models in, or whatever it works, so that we do actually get some sort of.
But also, Toby will be there for the whole weekend. So I mean, as a lot of you, I'm hoping will be staying on for the festival. You know, what I'm hoping is that a lot of you will stay on, and on the Friday, when we've got Matteo's class and we've got student day and all of that happening, I'm hoping what we can do is, you know, as a little sort of extra, is we'll be able to get a whole photo shoot together with the models from Matteo's class, but that will be on the Friday, so you have to stay for the whole festival if you want that bit. Just
always,
just
yes. But yes, and I think we're hoping to have a few more backdrops and things around on the site over the weekend anyway, so that we have a few more interesting spaces for you guys to take some photographs, and for the photographers to explore as well. So that's the plan. Let's see if it happens.
Yeah, she's been Pinteresting ideas. I know Kelly and Tracy have as well, for sort of photo backdrop walls and things like that. We'll see where we get to with that. But if not, I mean, to be honest, the tent is always pretty glorious anyway. There's usually
it's always glorious. But yeah, we have got some ideas for some really interesting sort of backdrops, so that you've got something a little bit more exciting to play with.
So anyway, without further ado, Black Friday is upon us, and we felt like we should give you all a kick up the bum to buy your tickets.
Please.
You know, so also, come on, Christmas is coming. This is the treat you want for yourselves. So we will be giving you an extra £10 off your workshops if you book them before the end of this month. You've got till midnight on the 30th of November.
Yep. And
that will be a Friday 10 with a capital F. Friday 10 for the workshops, and you book that through our website now. Look at us getting all grown up. So yeah, go and book your workshops, and on top of that, for the general festival tickets, there is a £5 off voucher, Friday 5, again with a capital F. So yeah, an extra £5 off for the weekend tickets, the group tickets, and the artist and model separate tickets. So yeah, go grab those, and don't forget, of course, the early bird deal is still on. That's on till after Christmas. So at the moment, that's an extra £5 off on top of the early bird deal.
Yep.
So go grab them. Get yourself booked in. This is your Christmas present to yourself. This is your investment in your creativity and your learning, as I always say.
Continual professional development.
Yes, that too. But as I always say, I know it's a June weekend. I know you've probably got loads of bookings, especially if you're in the southwest, because half the face painters will be in a field in Bath. It's your choice. It's your choice to decide to take that weekend for yourself, to go and do what you love, to learn some more, to spark that creativity, to be able to go forward into the rest of the summer with your new photography skills and your new prop making and headdress making skills. And I really hope you decide to do it, because, you know, we wouldn't keep doing this year after year if we didn't really believe in it, and the feedback we get, the buzz we get back. I really believe it is worth giving up that booking for the weekend, or getting someone else to cover it, or, you know, sending your minions to do your festival paper face or whatever. Come play with us. You know you want to.
Absolutely. And there's always going to be all of the usual retailers, so you've got all the products that you can play with, and there might be some interesting details of that coming up as well. So, you know, there's always a few surprises in the mix, and we really want to see you there.
So, lots of love. See you all soon. I hope you've watched this to the end, and get your tickets, and there will be more information going up regarding the workshops when we get round to it, frankly. And, you know, we're hoping to run a couple of jams here over the winter as well, but more about that
At a later date.
at a later date. See you all soon. Lots of love. Bye-bye.